morning, everyone. I'm Niamh Boyle, CEO and founder of the Reputations Agency. A very warm welcome to our Ireland RepTrak Sustainability Index 2024 briefing. Every year, our index tracks the public's perceptions of 100 of the largest, most important and most prominent organisations in Ireland on measures of environmental impact, social performance, workplace and conduct. This is our agenda for the next 50 to 55 minutes. Today, we'll share some of the key insights from our study to give you a clear idea of what it takes to be a winner. We'll share 4 case studies from Patagonia, the Mater Private, Lea Healthcare, and the IRFU, and we'll finish with highlighting this year's 100 ranking results. Reputations Agency is celebrating its 20th year in 2024. We partner with our clients to audit their reputations and to develop data-driven strategies for protecting and strengthening their reputations, both within their operations and in how they communicate externally. We anchor our work in global gold standard research from our exclusive global partner, the RepTrak company. Between us, our reputation research and analytics system gives our clients the confidence of taking informed action. Finally, we're proud to be part of the resources and reach of WPP's Global Wunderman Thompson network. We believe in the power of reputation. Our purpose is to be trusted partners in harnessing the power of reputation for client transformation and growth. And we anchor ourselves in this purpose because we know that reputation is integral to business success. We've collected 15 years of data in Ireland, which clearly shows that a strong reputation results in people engaging in a whole host of what we call supportive behaviours, like buying products, recommending a company to others, having the desire to work for a company. And this translates to important business outcomes. Our research proves that organisations with superior reputations find it easier to build market share, secure customer loyalty, attract the best talent. They recover from crises more quickly, they have stronger relationships with policymakers, regulators, and the media, and they enjoy the public's goodwill. So reputation matters. But what does this have to do with sustainability? Actually, quite a lot. Of the 30 metrics we include in our annual Ireland RepTrak study, the 16 that measure sustainability drive 53% of an organisation's reputation. The remaining 47% of reputation is driven by what we call enterprise factors, including products and services, leadership, innovation, and financial performance. This means sustainability measures like environmental impact, conduct, workplace, and social performance play a significant role in driving reputation in this market. Our annual sustainability index is grounded in the RepTrak model, a great business intelligence system which is used by our clients at the Reputations Agency and by executives worldwide to measure and manage their reputations year-round. The RepTrak model has as its core a single reputation score, which is a combination of 4 metrics: esteem, trust, good feeling, and admiration. This score has the highest correlation with the supportive behaviours that drive success. Around it are 7 rational drivers of reputation, and within each of these are 23 granular factors that give a detailed analysis of what's working and what is not for each individual organisation. For our sustainability index, we add a further 7 sustainability factors to this RepTrak model. As you can imagine, this model doesn't just give organisations an understanding of their reputation, but also provides strategic insights into the best ways to protect and strengthen that reputation. The model is layered in this way precisely to reveal the most efficient and effective actions to take to protect and build reputation and drive business success. At the Reputations Agency, we use the RepTrak platform to help many of Ireland's largest organisations to measure and manage their reputation right through the year. The RepTrak platform itself is a cloud-based source of up-to-date reputation tracking and benchmarking data, which our clients can access at any time from any device. We combine this rich data set with our senior reputation experts' strategic guidance to derive insights from the data and translate these into strategy to build and defend reputation. We have extensive experience working with organizations across every sector, from those managing severe sectoral or organizational reputational challenges to those who have now achieved a reputational position that they can leverage. If you'd like to learn more about the RepTrak platform, our reputation team would be delighted to explain how it works and do a short demonstration for you. Before we turn to the index itself, let's look at the state of sustainability today. Over the past year, we've seen governments, sectors, organizations, and the vital investor community rowing back on ESG around the world and consistently missing big climate change targets while emissions continue to grow and the impact of climate change escalates and devastates larger parts of the world. Despite the increased regulation and reporting standards globally, we appear to be going backwards sometimes. This is the 13th year we have surveyed the public on their perceptions of the sustainability of 100 organisations in Ireland. So the good news is that our study shows us the resilience of sustainability as a measure of organisational reputation amongst the public, despite the ebbs and flows in the world's commitment to ESG. You will see as we examine this year's data that sustainability remains key for building a strong reputation. The public does care about sustainability, but they see it as bigger than simply measures of E, S, and G. Our data indicates that sustainability today is seen by the public as a broad commitment to being a good corporate citizen across multiple aspects of the business. We also see that sustainability is not only important in and of itself, but that it has a halo effect on public perceptions of other drivers of reputation for organisations. Specifically, it appears that organisations who take action on sustainability also get rewarded by more positive public perceptions of their commercial or enterprise activity. And this halo effect is very significant. In their 2024 Global RepTrak study, our partners at the RepTrak company asked this question of respondents in multiple countries. If a company takes action on sustainability, does it worsen, improve, or make no difference as to how you view the company's key business areas? The findings revealed that perceptions of sustainability impact assessments of other drivers of reputation. For example, on average, global perception of an organization's products and services improved by 63%. So it's important to focus on sustainable and quality products. Perceptions of an organization's conduct improved by 62%, and perceptions of leadership also rise. So sustainability may be evolving in the minds of the public, but it's not losing its power to drive reputation and therefore business support and commercial outcomes. The CEO of the RepTrak company, Mark Saunders, recently said, "Ultimately, it's about making sustainability a strategic asset that drives long-term success." Let's take a look at our study's methodology. As always, our online survey took place over a 2-month period, this year from January 2nd to March 11th, 2024. Over 5,500 members of the informed public participated in the study, providing us with 14,000 individual ratings across 100 organisations. Informed publics means only those somewhat or very familiar with an organisation could rate it in our study. 3 years ago, we refined our methodology to reflect the CSRD reporting, and we assessed sustainability across 4 pillars: environmental impact, social performance, conduct, and workplace. Within each pillar, we assessed the public's perceptions of 16 different performance metrics called sustainability factors. These included environmental impact measures, such as acts responsibly to protect the environment, and social performance measures, such as has a positive influence on society. Conduct measures, including is fair in the way it does business, and workplace measures, including demonstrates concern for the health and well-being of its employees. Scores for these 4 pillars and the 16 underpinning sustainability factors reflect the perceptions of the informed public across each of these metrics. So now let's look at the key findings of the study. The public believes that overall organisations are doing somewhat better on sustainability than in 2023. In 2023, just 16 organisations had a strong sustainability score, while 69 had average scores. In 2024, we see that 23 organisations have strong scores and 61 have average scores. The cluster of organisations with weak or poor scores, however, remains persistently around 15 or 16 out of 100. This improvement is reflected in the uptick in average sustainability score between last year and this year, moving from 64.3 in 2023 to 65.2 in 2024. If we break the 2024 scores down by sector, we see that the leading sectors for sustainability are healthcare and retail food, both in the strong tier. The healthcare sector moves up one place from last year into top position, knocking retail food down into second place. It's worth noting that the infrastructure and airlines, aerospace sectors have both improved their overall sustainability scores significantly since 2023. Infrastructure is up 3 points and 5 positions overall, and airlines aerospace is up 6 points and 3 positions. Public service bodies and communications media organisations both decline. Our data shows that extremely poor scores for governance and conduct among some organisations have a lot to do with the decline in the public service bodies sector, where there's a good deal of polarisation, with some public bodies taking top 10 positions and others taking bottom 10 positions. Let's look at which sectors are dominating the top 10 sustainability ranking in 2024. Last year, public service bodies had 3 organisations in the top 10, followed by 2 for food and beverage and 2 in retail food. There were no healthcare organisations in the top 10 last year. This year, the automotive sector has dropped out of the top 10 entirely, but the healthcare sector makes a big entrance, taking 3 of the top 10 places. This year, we see a rise of private hospitals and other healthcare services like pharmacies as sustainability exemplars in Ireland, especially thanks to their perceived performance in the important areas of conduct, workplace, and social impact. Not all pillars have the same impact on an organisation's sustainability. Some are more important than others to the public. We conduct a statistical driver analysis to calculate the pillar importance. And this year, conduct has the biggest impact on sustainability, contributing 31% of the total weight or importance in building a reputation in sustainability. This is closely followed by social performance, contributing 30%. Workforce is at 22%, and trailing that is environmental at 17%. So if your organisation wants to be a sustainability exemplar, you really need to perform strongly across all 4 pillars. You can't expect to deliver on environmental sustainability alone, for example. It must be complemented by demonstrated strengths in the other pillars. So how are organisations performing in Ireland? Well, the highest score across the 100 organisations we measured in Ireland is 67.1 for workplace. This is closely followed by social performance with an average score of 66.6. Conduct, the most important pillar, receives a score of 64.7. Below what we would expect for the leading driver of reputation in Ireland today. The lowest score is for environment. The public's expectations for organisations on environmental impact are just not being met. So it has a moderate, close to weak score of 61.1. So now I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Jennifer Scott, who will bring you through more insights and 3 great case studies. Thank you.
Thank you, Niamh. Our 2024 findings show us a lot about how the public wants organizations to engage with and talk about sustainability. This brings us to our first insight from the 2024 data, that making a difference matters. There are lessons here, especially for communicators seeking to improve public awareness of their ESG initiatives and to improve positive sentiment towards their organizations. Today, most large organizations have a host of ESG mandates to fulfill. They come from legislators and regulators, from investors, from their own boards, and even from their employees. In particular, the EU Corporate Social Responsibility Directive, or CSRD, has extended and formalized ESG reporting for all large companies and many SMEs. The process of understanding these KPIs, implementing initiatives in response, measuring their impact, and reporting on that impact can absorb a lot of organizational effort and resources. So does this mean that those organizations who excel on their sustainability KPIs are going to be rewarded with positive public perceptions? The answer is, unfortunately, probably not. Our driver analysis allows us to see how important each individual sustainability factor is to overall reputation. Just like the pillars, some are more important in driving the public's perceptions of sustainability than others. What we can tell from this analysis is that factors that focus on the outcomes of ESG initiatives for people's lives tend to rise to the top, whereas factors that aren't as personally relevant tend to be less important to the public. So we can see that improves lives of people and their communities is the most important factor driving the public's perceptions of sustainability, followed by positive influence on society, behaves ethically, and fair in the way it does business. Organizations that do well on these measures in the eyes of the public have higher sustainability rankings. Of course, there are no formal KPIs for these kinds of metrics. They'll not be found on the CSRD. In contrast, factors that do appear on the CSRD, including protects biodiversity and ecosystems and reduces waste and recycles, are less important drivers of the public's overall assessment of an organization's sustainability. Regulators and boards are most likely to prioritize these KPIs. However, because they appear to be less relevant to daily life, the public is less likely to attach importance to them. So what does this mean? It means that organizations need to do three things if they want to be both ESG compliant and sustainability admired. Firstly, they need to deliver on their mandated KPIs. This is obviously essential. Second, they need to make the link between their achievements on mandated KPIs and the outcomes for people. So will a recycling program help to lower the cost of goods? Will running an urban delivery fleet on electric power help with better health outcomes for people with respiratory problems? Third, they must communicate about these broader, people-focused objectives and outcomes when they talk about their sustainability record. In this way, organizations can both hit their sustainability KPIs and be seen to be doing the kind of good that matters to the public at large. And in this way, they will reap the reputational rewards of their hard work on ESG. There's a reason the outdoor wear company Patagonia is sustainability's golden child. They have revolutionized ESG by doing exactly these three things. Firstly, across every facet of E, S, and G, Patagonia is a world leader. But for its customers and the public, it is not a company focused on meeting ESG mandates. It is a company with a bigger mission, a bigger outcome in mind. Patagonia says, we're in business to save our home planet. And they mean it. While people may be aware that 85,000 workers benefit from Patagonia's participation in the Fair Trade program, they are focused on and inspired by Patagonia's greater mission. Patagonia has been rewarded for its approach to sustainability with massive growth and sales, sustained high price points, and a fanatically loyal customer base. Let's get a taste of Patagonia's sustainability spirit in their 50th anniversary video.
If the first 50 years were an experiment,
to prove that a business could be responsible and successful,
irreverent,
seriously, guys,
and reverential,
quiet,
and louder than hell.
There's no planet B.
Turns out it's not just possible, it's profitable.
So it's time for a new experiment, because the problems we face are more dire than ever.
Yeah, because it's sustainable, for God's sake.
What's at stake is this enormous commonwealth.
So what's next?
What's next is resilience.
What's next is turning capitalism on its head and putting our money where our mouth is.
What's next is simple. It's human-powered, and it's finding the joy in doing difficult things.
You know, you think life is just one big playground, and I went, well, yeah, it is.
What's next is unstoppable.
Motivation, right?
There is a proverb that says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together.
Not a lot of people understand how serious we are about saving this planet. I'm dead serious.
Turning now to our second insight. Our data indicate that reputational excellence results from success across just a few select sustainability and enterprise factors. We know that sustainability drives 53% of overall reputation. But when it comes to reputation, it's important not to look at sustainability in isolation. What we see in our data is that the organizations that are sustainability exemplars also perform well on key enterprise metrics, and that a special combination of excellence across both sustainability and enterprise drivers means the strongest reputation. So let's look at this a bit more closely. We conducted an analysis across 30 enterprise and sustainability factors to identify the most important drivers of reputation. And here are the top 12. As you can see, there's a very good mix of sustainability and enterprise factors in the top 12. The chart shows that reputation exemplars must demonstrate excellence in two sustainability pillars: social impact in red and conduct in green. And also in two enterprise pillars: product and services in orange and leadership in blue. At the individual factor level, an organization's reputation is most dependent on how well it is perceived to perform on just two sustainability metrics: improves the lives of people and their communities, and has a positive influence on society. However, immediately following these in importance are two enterprise factors: meets customer needs and delivers high quality. Beneath these, we see a cluster of three conduct factors in green. The public takes conduct very seriously, but as we've seen, not in terms of regulatory compliance or financial disclosures. Instead, they want to see that an organization is being honest, fair, and trustworthy in its dealings with them. Communicating this, and more importantly, living this every day, is critical to building a strong reputation. And once lost, conduct takes many, many years to restore. Finally, we see 3 leadership factors in the top 12. Leadership is often considered an intangible, nice to have, but less of a priority than things like financial performance or innovation. This is not so in the eyes of the public. Organizations that the public experience as well organized, with excellent management on the ground and strong, stable senior executives are more likely to be reputation exemplars. So this tells us that organizations in Ireland who want to strengthen their reputations must succeed at showing that, firstly, they are contributing to the well-being of people, communities, and society at large. Secondly, reliably delivering products and services that are good quality and good value. Thirdly, being fair and trustworthy in their dealings with customers. And finally, being well organized, well led. This is what the public wants. This is what the public rewards with support across all dimensions of a business. So the question now is, do organizations in Ireland deliver? We conducted an analysis to show us just that. The right side of the chart shows where organizations in Ireland are meeting the public's expectations on these 12 most important factors. On the left is where they're falling behind expectations overall. So we see on the right-hand side of the chart that organizations in Ireland are much more likely to be meeting the public's expectations when it comes to enterprise factors, especially products and services in orange. This aligns with most organizations' laser focus on the customer experience. On the left side, we see that organizations are failing to meet public expectations, mostly on the key sustainability factors, especially on conduct in green. Finding ways to show that an organization is fair and trustworthy is key to improving conduct scores. Interestingly, the enterprise driver that organizations are doing less well on is leadership in blue, especially in ratings of excellent managers and strong leadership. This indicates space for improvement in demonstrating leadership at both the day-to-day level and in the boardroom. So to bring our sustainability index findings to life, we sat down with 3 organizations who performed strongly on this year's index to get some insights into what they're doing right in the eyes of the public. They are Mater Private Network, Leia Healthcare, and the IRFU. Mater Private Network has grown from an initial flagship hospital in Dublin to now comprise 2 acute hospitals in Dublin and Cork, 2 day hospitals, 2 specialist radiotherapy centres in Limerick and Liverpool, and several regional outpatient clinics. Mater Private Network scores highly across all 4 pillars of our sustainability index. We were especially interested in their strong performance on the social impact and environmental performance pillars. The first thing we learned is that Mater Private Network is guided in all things by its mission, its vision, and its values. They form the framework within which the organization strives to operate at every level, every day. This may account for the fact that Mater Private Network is rated 2nd out of 100 in our survey for conduct, as well as performing excellently on social impact. Mater Private Network is ranked 1st in our index for improves the lives of people and their communities, and 2nd for has a positive influence on society. Integral to this, of course, is Mater Private Network's commitment to clinical excellence. But to complement this, the organization works to continuously improve the patient experience across every touch point. One way they do this is through their Voice of the Patient program, which is designed to ensure that patient feedback is gathered, heard, and acted upon. Every 6 weeks, patients are surveyed about every touch point, down to the ward and departmental level. The findings are then reviewed in meetings with multifunctional groups who are accountable for addressing any issues. Second, recognizing that the patient healthcare journey can be complex and stressful, Mater Private Network's North Star in 2024 is to deliver excellence with simplicity. To enable this, initiatives such as their mobile patient app make it easy for patients to contact the hospital, request appointments, and access health information 24/7. Mater Private Network are also currently implementing an electronic health record system called Pearl across their network of locations to further enhance patient care and safety. Third, Mater Private Network is focused on making the everyday patient and family experience better. This includes instituting wayfinding projects at hospitals in Dublin and Cork to make the process of navigating hospital buildings easier for patients and their families. It also includes opportunities for patients to reward nurses for their care and their kindness through the DAISY Awards, and everyday gestures to make patients feel cared for, such as colleagues like Jackie, featured here, who travels the wards with a smile and her much appreciated cart of everyday items and treats. Finally, Mater Private Network believes excellent patient experience is rooted in accountability. So it holds itself to the highest international standards for all aspects of patient care, seeking accreditations at the global level. This commitment to evaluation is key to striving for and maintaining excellence. Mater Private Network also scores well on environmental impact, being rated second for works to prevent and control any pollution to land, air, or water that may occur as a result of their business actions. Now, the healthcare sector has a significant impact on global emissions, being responsible for 4% of the total. Healthcare is also one of the most complex industries to decarbonize due to its opaque and complex supply chain. Recognizing this, Mater Private Network has instituted a decarbonization task force and prioritized a strategy of engaging its supply chain in decarbonization. It does so by primarily using its leverage in tenders to set standards for sustainability across its various suppliers. In this way, it makes its influence felt across sectors like pharmaceuticals, medical equipment, and hospitality supplies. So we are delighted to showcase Mater Private Network as one of our sustainability exemplars. Our second case study is Leia Healthcare, who performs especially well across the workplace pillar. In particular, Leia is ranked 5th for demonstrates concern for the health and well-being of its employees. We asked Leia what initiatives or programs might be helping drive their excellent scores in the workplace category. We found out that team well-being initiatives are a focus for Leia because, like many other sustainability exemplars, they recognize the direct correlation between employee well-being and engagement and overall productivity. By utilizing their own extensive data on workplace well-being and prioritizing preventative initiatives, Leia aims to create a thriving work environment to boost team health and to achieve sustainable business success. Diversity and inclusion is at the heart of Leia's workplace. They recognize that workplaces where diversity is supported are most likely to thrive, and their vision is no less than to be the most inclusive workplace in Ireland. To support workplace diversity, Leia offers a wide range of flexible benefits and supportive policies, such as flexi time and term time, a career leave policy, a volunteering policy, a gym subsidy, a digital gym, access to support from parenting experts and sleep experts, and many more. Mental health and well-being has evolved into a key workplace issue in the past few years. In their February 2024 report entitled The Hidden Balance Sheet, The Cost of Mental Health in the Workplace, IBEC estimates that poor mental health can cost up to €2,000 yearly per employee. Laya Healthcare also conduct their own annual Workplace Wellbeing Index, one of the largest studies among Irish employees and employers. Laya has rolled out a mental health first responders program. It has given extensive training to a team of 40 volunteers who work in departments across the business. This team's purpose is to assist anyone who might be feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or perhaps might just want to chat. Every mental health first responder is trained in offering in-the-moment support, as well as resources and referrals to experts. Laya also provides a 24/7 mental well-being support program for its employees. This includes a confidential counseling service to assist members in maintaining a positive mental health and in dealing with any personal or work-related problems. It includes advice on practical day-to-day issues that cause anxiety and stress, legal assistance, and financial assistance. So it's not surprising that Laya Healthcare was re-awarded the Investors in Diversity Gold accreditation in 2024. It's one of only 4 companies in Ireland to have achieved re-accreditation and one of only 21 organizations in the top tier. Our congratulations to Laya Healthcare for their work on sustainability, and especially for their work in building a diverse and thriving workplace. Now it's my pleasure to turn the presentation over to Niamh Boyle for a look at our third case study, the IRFU.
Thanks, Jennifer. The IRFU has been ranked in 15th place overall in our Ireland RepTrak Sustainability Index this year. We know that being a world-class leader can provide a halo effect across many reputation and sustainability metrics. But where the IRFU really shines is in being perceived to be a positive influence on society, where they've been ranked in 3rd place this year. They've also been ranked in 7th place for demonstrating concern for the health and well-being of their employees, and in 9th place for improving the lives of people and their communities. So I sat down with Aoife Clarke, Director of Communications at the IRFU, and asked what difference she believes IRFU makes to the lives of people, communities, and society. Aoife explained that rugby is a game for all, including 15, sevens, touch, tag, and mixed ability. Rugby touches an incredible amount of people, particularly the 370,000 players in Ireland, from pre-mini all the way to provincial and national, but also their families, coaches, the referees, committees, and volunteers that support this game. We focused our conversation on 4 key initiatives: player welfare, respect our games, gender balance, and mixed ability rugby. Aoife told me that mixed ability rugby is just another rugby team. It's not a disability team, and players are not classified by physical, intellectual, or mental disabilities or barriers. These are teams open to anyone who wants to play regular, full contact rugby, both male and female teams, with a mix of disabled and non-disabled on each team. In 2022, Ireland hosted the International Mixed Ability Rugby Tournament, which the Sundays Well Rebels won. The IRFU knows that one of the main reasons why people drop out of sport is that they feel they didn't belong or didn't feel welcome. Specifically, young players say it wasn't fun anymore. But when people have a positive experience, they stay involved for longer and often look to give back to the club. The IRFU showed leadership in launching the Respect Our Games initiative, and then inviting the GAA and FAI to collaborate on this initiative. Respect, tolerance, and understanding for fellow players, coaches, referees is embedded from minis onwards. Kids are taught to shake hands, clap opponents off the field, and show respect for their referees, while parents are encouraged to support silent sidelines. Gender balance needs to start at the top. Late last year, the IRFU Union Committee, their national governing body in Ireland, reached a 40% gender balance, amongst the first in the world to achieve this through mandating gender balance at the provincial representative level and co-opting senior experienced female business leaders to the Union Committee, all passionate about driving the game forward in a positive manner. They aim to have 4 women's provincial teams over the next 2 to 3 years so that full-time female players can be closer to home. And last week, we woke up to the very special news of an epic win by Ireland's women's national team over world champions New Zealand in the opening game of the WXV1 in Vancouver. A larger focus on player welfare is crucial, and the IRFU and University of Limerick released the 6th year of their findings from the Irish Rugby Injury Surveillance, IRIS, research project, investigating injury trends in the All-Ireland leagues during the 23-24 season. The yearly reports were a vital component of the IRFU decision to lower the tackle height and address tackle behaviour in the community and school game. IRIS is leading the way globally on surveillance in the women's game, and the team have adapted their electronic injury surveillance system to allow for the recording of female-specific injuries. As a result, injury frequency has been lowered by approximately 20% for males and 30% for females, while concussions have been halved in men's club matches. So what does rugby give to so many people in Ireland? This 2-minute video will help to explain. And afterwards, I'll hand over to our Director of Communications, David O'Sheacon, who will reveal the top 100 ranking for our Sustainability Index. Thank you.
My name is Ultan O'Callaghan.
My name is Aoife Wafer.
My name is Darren Moran.
Hilary Devlin.
Caelan Dars.
Gemma O'Flynn.
Jack McNeese.
Alistair Wilson.
What does rugby give me?
Unfortunately, due to my vision impairment, I wasn't ever picked for anything, and I thought those days had gone. So it's given me the opportunity to be part of a team for the first time in my life.
Rugby has given me pleasure, entertainment, friendship. It has given me a rugby family.
Rugby has given me the people that looked out for me as a young boy growing up when I lost my father, helping shape me into the man I am here today.
Ever since I was 6, playing with the boys, I knew I wanted to be an Irish rugby player. It's something that I aspire to be every single day, and hopefully I can be a role model to the next generation.
Rugby, for me, being an open game man, has given me a community where I feel safe, feel welcomed in. Big thing that I find within the community is that it's ever evolving, ever changing.
Patrick plays mixed ability with Sunderswell Rebels, and his older brother Peter played for a long time with Highfield. To see the two of them on the pitch playing against each other, it's just a moment that will live with me forever.
Rugby has given me a lot through playing, coaching and refereeing. There's kind of unique challenges within each of them, which has really helped from a character building point of view.
Rugby has given me a dream job, something that I've wanted since I was very young. I loved it from the beginning, partly due to the sort of feeling of going into battle with your teammates and the bonds that are made through that.
I am David O'Sheacon, Director of Communications at the Reputations Agency, and I'm going to bring you through the sustainability rankings of our top 100 organisations. As we look at those ranked in the 100 to 76th position, it is important to remember that this body of research was carried out in Q1 2024, so is reflective of public perception at that point in time. Generally, scores have improved on last year, but in this quartile, we are looking at organisations whose sustainability score ranges from poor through weak to average. X, with a poor score of 38.1 out of 100, is the only organisation measured that delivers a poor sustainability score this year. RTE saw the largest decline of all 100 organisations ranked, dropping 16 points. We do see some clusters of sectors here, with the pillar banks, forecourt retail and telecoms all represented, along with a number of public bodies. Although starting from a low base, it is important to note that Ryanair improved its sustainability score by 8.3 points, the largest improvement recorded across the 100 organisations measured, while others such as Meta and Ishka Airn improved their scores by 6 and 7 points respectively. Organisations ranked 75th to 51st position are all delivering average sustainability scores. There's a lot of stability within this quartile, with incremental improvements made across multiple sectors, but no significant gains seen for a cluster of automotive, financial services and insurance companies over the past year. The DAA has improved its sustainability score by 4 points, resulting in a 15-place improvement in its ranking position from last year. And I'm sure the National Lottery would be pleased to see that they ranked number 1 out of the 100 organisations in the area of supports good causes, which is one of the 16 factors that make up an organisation's sustainability score. The GAA continue to illustrate the important role they play in society, with a top 5 placing in 2 factors, where it was recognised as having a positive impact on society and for making a positive economic contribution to society and supporting local communities. The organisations that ranked 50th to 26th position are pushing towards strong sustainability scores. Here we see quite a few players in the transport sector. Bus Éireann, Irish Rail and Dublin Bus have all made significant improvements in their sustainability scores this year, with Dublin Bus jumping up 26 places to 28 in this year's ranking. All 3 performed strongly in the improving the lives of people in their communities factor. Aer Lingus improved its ranking by 23 places, with a 3-point increase in its sustainability score. ESB delivered a top 5 ranking in maximising energy efficiency and use of renewable energy. And Irish Distillers ranked first for preventing pollution to land, air or water. Looking now at organisations ranked 25th to 11th position, we see those that are on the cusp of a strong sustainability score or have achieved a strong score this year. We are now starting to see exemplars within particular sectors as we approach the top 10 in the rankings. Healthcare features prominently here, with Leia the standout insurance provider, while a whisker separates Boots and Lloyd's Pharmacy, whose sustainability scores place them on the cusp of the top 10. Boots ranked in the top 5 for 3 separate factors: acts responsibly to protect the environment, behaves ethically, and fair in the way it does business. BlackRock Healthcare ranked second overall in the area of employee health and well-being. Wheelshare ranked number 1 out of the 100 organisations in 2 factors: in protects and restores biodiversity and ecosystems, and in maximising energy efficiency and use of renewable energy. Revolut performs very strongly across the 3 conduct factors: fair in the way it does business, behaves ethically, and open and transparent. In the eyes of the public, conduct factors are the most important drivers of reputation in the banking sector in Ireland. And now to the top 10 organisations in this year's ranking. In 10th position is St. Vincent's Private Hospital, up 5 places on last year and ranked first for demonstrating concern for the health and well-being of its employees. In 9th position is Bord Bia, who ranked first in acting responsibly to protect the environment. 8th place goes to Kerry Group, who lead the rankings in 2 areas: managing their supply chain responsibly and responsible waste management. Fáilte Ireland takes 7th position, breaking into the top 10 this year, jumping up 5 places in 2024. Performing strongly in making a positive economic contribution to society and supporting local communities. An Post are in 6th position, delivering top 5 rankings across 3 factors: being open and transparent, acting responsibly to protect the environment, and providing a positive economic contribution to society and supporting local communities. Aldi holds on to 5th position for the 2nd year in a row, performing strongly and offers equal workplace opportunities. And in 4th position is Bon Secours, which delivered top 5 placings across 5 factors, including behaves ethically and improves the lives of people and their communities. And now to focus in on the top 3 organisations in the Ireland RepTrak Sustainability Index 2024. Lidl Ireland takes 3rd place overall in the Sustainability Index this year with a top 10 rankings across all 4 pillars, including 3rd place in both conduct and sustainability. Lidl strives to make a positive difference by operating responsibly and places a strong emphasis on its corporate social responsibility objective to deliver a better tomorrow. Responsible sourcing initiatives are brought to life through their Kickstart supplier programme, which saw another 45 local Irish producers showcased on shelves this year. Their serious support of the LGFA has resulted in an investment of over 10 million in the development and promotion of the Ladies Gaelic Football Association since 2016. And the Lidl Farm, an 8-acre educational farm experience, allows primary school children to understand how fresh produce are cultivated and delivered to stores. Lidl has set clear targets to achieve net zero globally by 2050 and has led in the areas of renewable energy and energy saving initiatives across its store network. It works with its suppliers to reduce packaging waste and was the first retailer to trial DRS in Ireland and the first to reach 100 million returns. Congratulations to CEO Robert Ryan and the team at Lidl on delivering consistently strong sustainability scores across each pillar. Second place goes to the Matter Private network. As we have already seen, the Matter Private excels across all 4 pillars of sustainability, being rated as an exemplar for their contribution to society, their conduct, their workplace, and their efforts to protect the environment. Congratulations to CEO John Hurley and everyone at the Matter Private on earning 2nd place on our 2024 Sustainability Index. We are delighted to announce that the credit unions have taken 1st place in our Sustainability Index this year, up from 3rd place last year. The credit unions top the rankings in 7 of the 16 sustainability factors, including having a positive influence on society, being fair in the way they do business, being open, transparent, and ethical, and making a positive economic contribution to society and supporting local communities. The first credit unions in Ireland were founded in the 1950s as a social movement. They were built from groups of people connected by a common bond based on the area they lived in, who saved together and lent to one another at a fair and reasonable rate of interest. Every credit union is owned by its members and exists only to serve those members. Members' savings are used to fund loans to other members, so the money always remains in the local community or common bond that the credit union serves. Today, credit unions have 3.6 million members across the island of Ireland, and the role as a social movement remains central to how they operate. They continue to focus on driving sustainable communities through empowering people through access to financial products such as mortgages, agri-loans, green loans, and educational bursaries. Congratulations to David Malone, CEO of the Irish League of Credit Unions, and to all those who contribute to the credit union movement. That concludes this year's Ireland RepTrak Sustainability Index 2024 webinar event. Thank you all for your time this morning and your interest in this study. If you're interested in finding out more about the study and about how RepTrak can help you or your business, please contact us via our website at thereputationsagency.ie.